We all have our comfort movies, the movies that we watch to cheer ourselves up and comfort us when we're sad. Talking about my favorite movies growing up can be a bit daunting because what can I say that hasn't been said already? I really enjoyed making a video about the Princess Diaries movies and the lasting charm of Mia Thermopolis, and wanted to do something similar with Aquamarine. This movie has everything you could ever want as a kid: mermaids, friendships, love, and summer. It's the perfect comfort movie. We grow up being entranced by mystical creatures, seeing the likes of Greek gods to wizards and vampires and werewolves. Mermaids are seen as innocent, beautiful, and majestic as we watch them on a popular Australian television show, to a Disney princess, to even the Barbie franchise making a movie, or three, about them. Mermaids have a mythology focused on love and passion that is showcased in Aquamarine. Aquamarine follows two middle school girls, Haley and Claire, enjoying their summer together and sharing an obsession with an older guy, Raymond. Haley's supposed to move to Australia in a few days, and the girls are looking for a miracle to have her stay. That all changes when Aquamarine shows up in Bay Bridge and is on a mission to experience love. She instantly sees potential in Raymond and tells the girls if they can make him fall in love with her in 3 days, then she'll grant them a wish. Before we talk about Aquamarine, I want to talk about another popular mermaid. 1989's Little Mermaid has inspired countless adaptations, and you can see the influence in Aquamarine. Ariel has a protective father like Aqua that not only represents the powerlessness both girls possess, but their need to get away. Both girls fall in love almost at first sight with Raymond/Eric. Each have conditions in order to prove love, with Aqua having a few days to have someone confess their love for her, as Ariel has to kiss Eric. Each constitute affection that's hard to attain, especially with someone you don't know. The inhibitors in the plan, Ursula/Cecilia, have different objectives, with Ursula wanting to gain power, while Cecilia wants to maintain it. Both girls experience weaknesses to their mission to prove love, with Ariel losing her voice and Aqua not being able to stay out past sunset. The greatest differences occur with the relationships. The two stories begin the same way, with a mermaid determined to depict the journey of finding love. But one ends with her finding it romantically, and the other with finding love platonically. So Aquamarine reminds me of the naiveness of young preteen girls, where we might have a crush on someone unattainable. At this age, we're beginning to go to sleepovers and having the conversation gravitating towards boys. The interest in boys creates a conversation point, a source of gossip, that allows for Haley and Claire's identities to revolve around. Without having any relationship experience, they learn their information like any preteen girl does, by taking quizzes and trying to figure out how to approach them. Cecilia was the villain of the story, the typical mean girl. One thing I noticed was how similar Aqua is to Cecilia. Both are blonde, have powerful dads, and are confident in themselves. The first time Aqua meets Cecilia, she puts her in her place by saying that Cecilia means dim-sighted, which hurts her feelings. Cecilia had most likely never been insulted in that way. The girl that was successfully pursuing Raymond at this point, the girl that hadn't heard no, now had someone that competed with her in every way. Both girls are crushing on Raymond, and one thing to notice was how quickly he moved on from Cecilia. 1 second he's showing interest in her, the next he's attracted to Aqua, paralleling how enticing a mermaid could be. This could also represent that Cecilia's personality and flaws came out as we saw her as jealous and conniving. She harms everyone around her in the process, losing her so-called friends and father.
What's the matter with you? She's scared.
She was trying to get attention. Hello.
No, that's your job, isn't it, Cecilia?
Her friends are a direct opposite of Haley and Claire, as they appear more of friends by convenience and work in their own self-interests, like Cecilia. Cecilia is an entertaining antagonist and depicts how people will scheme in the name of love, and or just wanting to receive affection back. Cecilia hit her breaking point as she lost her power and influence through her father's distrust of claiming Aquamarine was a mermaid by pushing her in the water. Even in this situation, Raymond still chooses Aqua and Cecilia can't get past it. The entitlement she feels makes her the perfect villain. Friendship is the most important theme in this movie. Haley and Claire's friendship is probably one of my favorites in film because I remember being in a situation similar to Haley and Claire. I've talked about some harmful friendship dynamics in the past and some extremely strong ones. I was the friend that was scared to move away and didn't want to leave my best friend. And the friend that has your best friend move away and you don't know how to live without them. Haley and Claire's friendship was shown to be inseparable, by hanging out at the beach to sleeping over during a storm. The fact that Aqua was able to be accepted, even if it was with the promise of a wish, was beautiful. Aqua was the perfect addition because she allowed the two girls to reflect on themselves. With Haley, she prioritized herself over anyone else, while Aqua is shown to be selfless on numerous occasions. Aqua learns to put herself first sometimes, and Haley learns to understand others' motivations more, and accepts the move to Australia because of how special the opportunity is for her mom. Claire has a fear of water because her parents drowned on their boat, and Aqua lives in water. When Aqua shares a story about witnessing love through Claire's parents, it's charming and allows Claire to realize how love should not have you be afraid. She stops being scared to speak her mind and using Haley as a spokesperson, standing up to Cecilia and jumping into the water to save Aqua. The ocean represents more than the location of Claire's parents' death, but it being so large, it can be quite lonely. Aquamarine never had that strong of friendships like she did on land, and the ocean represented the isolation you can feel. The ocean was a constant reminder of what Claire had lost. After her parents passed away, she didn't have anyone outside of her grandparents until Haley. As a child, and even as an adult, you don't want to lose one of the few people you've opened up to. When a best friend leaves, you're losing a part of yourself. Aqua gives Haley and Claire the starfish earrings, which was sentimental. That not only gave endless compliments, but was Aqua openly giving a piece of herself to them, linking their worlds together. The love they have for one another was intimate and exquisite in more ways than one, especially showing how young girls cherish the friendships they have. Her relationships with Haley and Claire has her saying after a few days that she would swim the seas to make sure they stay connected. Their love was deeper than any feelings she had for Raymond because would she risk it all to visit him? Because as much as she cried over this guy and wanted to be with him, she found something more powerful and precious than that, and it was the friends that understood her and wanted her to be happy. Now, throughout the movie, we follow Aqua as she tries to make Raymond fall in love with her in a few days. It's common at such a young age to have a false idea of love, when your only experience is reading about it in magazines and books. She follows him to his house and scrapes her knee outside. She hangs out with him at the fair, tries cotton candy for the first time, and they go to the last splash together. As the movie goes on, it becomes obvious that we're witnessing the love story of Aqua with the girls and not one with Raymond. I think we understand platonic love, but I think we forget how similar it is to romantic love. I always say that you want friends that share qualities of your future spouse. And even though Raymond isn't her forever person, he shares qualities with Haley and Claire. The message of the romance becoming less of a focus can be seen, to me, as simply boys are dumb, or the uselessness of men. I'm kidding. You might not care about Raymond, but Raymond was kind of crucial to understanding the strength of the friendship among the three girls. When talking to Aqua, Haley says the line, "Love doesn't always work. There's a reason everyone wants it so much, because it's the closest thing we have to magic." It's also worth noting how the wishes are centered around love. Aquamarine wishes to find love. Claire and Haley share their wish to have Haley stay in Florida. One of the employees at the club, Leonard, wishes to be set up with Bonnie after saving Aqua from the water tower. It connects with how similar love is to magic. There's small signs of love throughout the movie, with the emphasis on Aquamarine having nail colors that change, the starfishes, to the sign that a guy likes you, with Raymond having it be shake, flex, and stretch. I'm going to talk briefly about the nail polish. Now, this is one of my favorite details in the movie because painting your nails is one of my favorite things, and I love to base it off my mood. Therefore, I love that nail polish represents her feelings. pink/purple being related to being in love and affection, blue being sad, green being nervous, and silver being the default. I would say that there's a difference between pink and purple, especially because they seem to represent love, but appear in two different situations. The purple nail polish appears when Aquamarine is thinking about Raymond in the beginning of the movie, but then her nails turn to pink when she's saved by Claire and Haley at the end. We can interpret those colors as purple was this dreamy type of love and pink was the real thing. Or it could be that purple represents a romantic type of love and pink is more platonic. Aquamarine is a classic, not only because you get to have a mermaid befriend humans, but this is perfect to watch, especially with 2000s films being appreciated more in the present and will definitely fill the nostalgia. A review from Variety says, "A large part of Pink's charm stems from its relatively daring approach to wrapping up various plot threads in the final reel, as filmmakers take an unexpected and wholly satisfying turn towards something like realism. Without getting too heavy-handed with moralizing or message-mongering, filmmakers suggest that gaining maturity and self-awareness may be more important than fantasy-fulfilling happily ever aftering. Friendships are a powerful type of love. Because yes, we have our family that loves us, but they've known us since the beginning. Our families don't fall in love with us as they're expected to love us since we were born. Friends fall in love with us over time. We share laughs, tears, and hugs with them while making memories to last a lifetime. This movie showcases how special these moments are, and how beautiful it can be once we have that person or people for us."